Like the video right now where I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye, and I don't think any of you want that to happen, so I'd press the like button if I were you. Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're all having a great day. I definitely am. And today I got a story time for you all about the time I got away with theft at only 5 years old. This is a true story, and I'm excited to tell it. Before a bunch of you ask, I know this isn't my usual type of content. Keep in mind, I've only been making videos here for 2 months at this point, so I'm still experimenting, trying to find my footing. And with that out of the way, let's start the story. So this story takes place when I was 5 years old. This was back in 2011, over 10 years ago. That's absolutely crazy. So I was really young. And when I was a little kid, my first big obsession was the movie Cars. I loved that movie. I would watch it on repeat all day, every day. It was everything I loved back then. When you love a movie as much as I loved Cars, you're gonna get merchandise of it. That's inevitable. And I had hundreds of Cars toys when I was little. They're probably still in my basement stored somewhere. Like, I had a lot of those things. I even had racetracks for my cars. I was really happy with all those toys. It was a great memory. One toy I had was a little Cars ball pit. It was something similar to this, and I loved that thing. I would spend hours on it. I had so much fun on that thing. It was truly amazing. However, all of that super awesome fun started to die down eventually. I began to think I didn't have enough balls in my ball pit. I wanted more. I was a greedy little 5-year-old. And the hairdresser I went to at the time was very kid friendly, and they had a ball pit. I began to think of that hairdresser, and I came up with the plan. What if I could steal balls from their ball pit? It was surely a genius plan, and I was excited. Now, keep in mind, guys, that the story was over a decade ago, so some details such as the emotions I was feeling or my thoughts are not going to be 100% accurate. This was a long time ago, and while I still do remember it, all the little details may not be entirely correct. Anyways, back to the story. Now, I don't remember how long, but I did have to wait a decent amount of time for my next hair appointment. And when it did come, I was ready, I was prepared, and I wanted to steal that ball. So when I came in for the appointment, they put me in the waiting area, and wouldn't you guess it, that was the ball pit. I really wanted to steal one right then and there. I wanted to so badly, but this is one of the few details I actually fully remember. My little 5-year-old self didn't want to risk getting caught during the actual haircut, as I was too scared. So I didn't take one. I got called for my cut and went up to the chair. My haircut went like normal. They cut my hair and made conversation, probably talked about cars, but I was kind of sad that I missed my opportunity to get the ball. That's what I was excited for. When little kids are excited for something, but they don't end up getting it, they always get really upset. Trust me. I know, I was like that as a kid. And if you promise a kid candy, for example, but you don't end up giving it to them, they're gonna start crying like crazy. It's only natural. However, I wasn't actually on the verge of crying. It didn't get me too upset, but I was still annoyed. Only reason I even wanted to go to the hairdresser was so I could take the ball, so I was understandably a little upset, but not too much. I accepted the facts that I wasn't going to be able to take it. I realized that the idea of stealing was wrong. And I thought about what if I end up in jail? What if I get arrested? I didn't want to get in trouble. So I started to believe that it was actually really good that I wasn't going to be able to take it. Now, looking back, the idea of me going to jail for that was obviously really silly and in no way was going to happen. That was just my 5-year-old mind running nuts. There's no way a kindergartner will get arrested for taking a ball from a ball pit. So anyways, my haircut was over and they sent me to my mom. However, my mom sent me back to the ball pit because my little sister was apparently still having her haircut. And being back in that ball pit, the temptation was a little too much. Everything that had run through my mind at that point about not wanting to take it was gone. I was gonna steal that ball, and there was no way anything could stop me from wanting to take it. I was in there for a little bit, and my mom ended up calling my name eventually, so I quickly turned away from her, stuffed a ball in my pocket, and then walked over to my mom, and I gotta say, it felt pretty good. I felt like an absolute legend. So yeah, I took the ball. I got away with it. Looking back, the workers either probably saw it in my pocket and let me have my moments, or they were absolutely blind and didn't see it. However, my mom noticed it when we got back home, and she scolded me for it. Understandably so. I mean, I did steal it from the hairdresser, but she didn't want to drive all the way back there, so she did end up letting me keep it, but told me never to do it again, which I haven't. Moral of the story, guys, don't steal balls from ball pits. You may get away with it, but also scolded by your parents, and that's not fun. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today's story time. I'm out. See you all in the next one.